Good morning, everyone. Just waiting for a few people to pop on before I start my spiel. Caitlin, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, perfect. Awesome. Hoping a few more people will jump on before I start. I slept a little funny last night, so my back is giving me some issues. So hopefully this fast flow class will help to loosen it up, get me set for my day. All right, well, I'm going to get started. So my name is Jessica Merton. I'm the fitness coordinator in Wainwright, and today we're going to be going through a fast flow yoga class today. So after we do some of our warm-up movements, we will be moving quite quickly. So by any means, like if you need to stop and take rest, stop and take water, by all means, go ahead and do that. I will be cueing some water breaks and some resting poses as well, mostly because when I do teach a fast flow class, I'm generally not doing the whole thing along with teaching it because you do get quite out of breath while you're instructing. So I'm probably going to huff and puff more on the camera as well. I'm going to rely on my team to answer any questions that pop up in the comments, just because I won't be stepping off of my mat very often. Maybe I will if I need a little break or something, but I'll let them handle all of the questions and stuff like that. So I did post the disclaimer in the description of the video with the links to the Get Active questionnaire and the reference documents. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you guys that disclaimer right now. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult your healthcare provider. If any CAF members sustain an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98. So again, the Get Active questionnaire and the reference documents are located on the description of the video. So if we're ready, we will get started and we'll head to our mats. So keep your water handy. And we'll just start off sitting in any comfortable position. So I'm going to sit on my knees today. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit with your legs out in front of you, whatever works and feels best for you. So just start by sitting nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Feel your sits bones pressing down towards the floor. So your bum bones, I feel them pressing into my feet. But if you're sitting on your bum, just press them down into your mat, sitting nice and tall. First, just starting to notice what you have for breath, where it's going within your body, if it's shallow or deep, just kind of see what's going on right there. Just noticing, starting to bring our awareness a little more into our body. And we'll start to deepen that breath a little bit. If you can, in and out through your nose. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly, the chest, and setting an intention to keep this breath here really strong, really full throughout the duration of our practice today. And take another moment just to kind of scan your body and notice what you have going on inside. So any areas of tension or tightness, stiffness or soreness. We'll work towards lengthening those areas, softening those areas, and continuing to strengthen them. As we inhale, let's bring our arms up towards the sky. Keep the shoulders down. Exhale, opposite arm to knee. Little twist here. Inhale, back up. Other side. And keep following your breath. Inhale to reach. Exhale to twist. I did forget to mention, if you want to play music while we do this, go ahead, put some music on. We'll make our way back to neutral, coming into tabletop position. So in our tabletop, we'll spread our fingers nice and wide. Hands are planted underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and the tops of your feet are flat to your mat. Let's press down into our mat to lift our torso up away from the floor. Cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly down, eyes and tailbone come up. Exhale, round through your back, tuck everything under. Continue to move with your breath. Inhaling to drop that belly down, eyes and tailbone up. Exhaling to round through the back. And if it feels good to stop anywhere along the way, then go ahead and do that. We'll make our way back to neutral. So slight tuck of that tailbone, draw your belly button in and press down into your mat. So you've got a nice flat back. We'll take that movement side to sassy cat. So inhale nice and long. Exhale, shoulder and hip come together on one side. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the other side. Trying to get a nice C shape with your spine. Your upper body and your lower body are moving equally, so we're not just kind of swaying our butt back and forth. We're trying to bring that shoulder and hip together from side to side. Let's bring it back to neutral. Take one hand, flip it over, and just rest the top of your hand, the back of your hand on your mat. You can have your fingers pointing to your legs or fingers pointing away, whatever feels right. Don't put a lot of weight here. Just kind of let it rest. Add some movement, rock around a little bit, feeling a nice stretch in the top of your forearm. And in the other hand, your hand that's planted, palm down, really make sure you're spreading the weight out into the finger pads, so you're not just resting on the heel of your hand. Let's flip that hand around. Root it down into your mat, weight into the finger pads, and then we'll switch over to the other hand. Keep adding that movement, opening up the top of the forearm. We'll bring that hand back around. Let's take the hands to the top of our mat if they're not already there. Again, fingers are spread. Really root down into your forefinger and your thumbs. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Add some movement here. Pedal the feet. Sway the hips. Whatever feels right. Really sliding the shoulders down away from the ears and sending those bum bones up to the sky. As we inhale, bring the eyes forward, step, hop, walk to the top of your space, and just fold forward. Hanging out nice and heavy, arms can dangle. You can clasp opposite elbows. Maybe add some swaying if that feels right. Take a bend in the knee, relax the arms, and slowly roll it all the way up. Now, as part of our warm-up, we're going to break down the sun salutation because we will be doing quite a few of those today. So we'll start off in mountain pose. So I'm going to try to explain it very thoroughly as we move through it, just so that later when we're moving a little bit faster, I'm just cueing with the breath and I'm not having to explain all the time. So we start off standing nice and tall, feet rooting down into our mat, fingers reaching down. As we inhale, little bend in the knee and sweep your arms up to the sky. You can add a back bend here by pressing your hips forward and reaching your fingers back. Now, as we exhale, you have two options. So you can swan dive down, bringing your arms out to the side, leading with a nice flat back, okay? Your other option is to just bring your hands through to heart center and just fold forward. All right, so let's start from the top of our mat. You can choose swan dive or just hands through the heart. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. Exhale to fold of choice. As we inhale, bring your hands to your shins and come up to a nice flat back. So you're pulling your heart forward. So we're not just doing this, all right? So pull your heart forward, exhale, release it down. Let's try that again. Hands to the shins, inhale, pull the heart forward. Your core is working hard, so you're not just pressing into your legs to hold you up. Exhale, release that down. Hands to your shins, inhale, lift. Exhale, release that down. Bend the knees, roll it up. Still just warming up. Let's move through adding all of those together. So starting in your mountain pose, nice and tall, feet rooted down into your mat. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold it forward, your choice. Hands to your shins. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and step, hop, or float the feet back to high plank. So we're in a nice, strong high plank. You do have the option to drop to your knees. All right, let's bring the feet back to the top. So step, hop, or walk to the top. Bend the knees, roll it up to standing. I just need to check to see if my voice is, okay, my voice is good. All right, let's start from the beginning. So standing nice and tall, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold of choice, swan dive, or hands through heart. Hands to the shins, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant those hands, step, hop, float the feet back to high plank. Now from here, we're gonna hug the elbows in towards the ribs, and everything is gonna touch the ground at the same time. So it's like a tricep push-up basically. So pull those shoulders down and back, tighten up your core, press back through your heels, or if you're on your knees, that's okay as well. Lower it down. Everything comes down at the same time. Bring the tops of your toes flat to your mat, shoulders down and back. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up. So we're lifting with the upper back. We're not just pushing into the hands. Exhale, bring it down. Tuck the toes under and send those hips up and back. Add a little movement here if you need to. And as we inhale, bring the eyes forward, step, hop, or float the feet to the top. Fold it forward on your exhale. And as we inhale, we're going to do that reverse swan dive. So lead with your heart, bring the arms up, and exhale, hands down to heart center. So that was kind of like a slow motion breakdown of our sun salutation. So let's go through it again. This time, I'm just going to cue through it. So standing nice and tall, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold of choice. Inhale, half lift, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float, and lower down. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward, step, hop, float. Folding forward. Inhale, lead with your heart, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift on your inhale, flatten the back. Planting the hands, step, hop, float, lower down on your exhale. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward, step, hop, float. Folding on the exhale. Inhale, lead with your heart. Sweep those arms to the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart. One more time through. You should be starting to get warm by now. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant those hands. Step, hop, float, lower down. Hug those elbows in. Everything touches at once. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Take a couple petals here in your downward facing dog. Now that we've got the hang of that, we're going to change it up a little bit. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. So if you have a hard time, if it only comes halfway, use that right hand to help walk it to the top of your mat. Sink those hips down. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, plant those hands. Step the foot back, high plank. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Sink those hips. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward. Step, hop, float to the top. Folding forward. Inhale, lead with your heart. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, sweep. This time, interlace your fingertips, yogi pistol, up to the sky, rooting down through both the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, lift up and over to one side. Really pressing the hip opposite. That bottom arm is pulling the top arm over, and this hip is pressing away. The more you can turn and look towards the sky, the less likely you are to collapse towards the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fold it forward. Bend the knees, roll it all the way up. Reset those shoulders. Inhale, sweep. Interlace the fingers, yogi pistol, shoulders down and back. And then lift up and over, other side, pressing that hip away. Bottom arm is pulling that top arm over. Eyes to the sky, really open that heart up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float the feet back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. A little bit of core work. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it into the right knee. So shoulders are now over the wrists. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, round through the back, pull it into your nose. Inhale, up and back to the left elbow. Good. Continue with your breath. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull it to the elbow. To the nose. And to the left elbow. One more time through. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, rounding through the back. Pull it in. Let's hold it to our left elbow. Hold here. Hold steady. Now you can stay here. You can kick that leg out. Maybe open up side plank. Fallen triangle. Nice stacked column with the arms. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Let's bring the hand back. Pull that knee in. Send it up and back. Step it to the top of your space. Sink down nice and low. Inhale, up. Crescent lunge. So that back foot, the heel is pressing towards the back of your mat. We're getting as parallel as we can with that right thigh. All right, inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Really think about squeezing down through those lats. It's one thing to just kind of sit here and go through the motions. So really think about that squeeze. Three more. Two more. One more. Inhale up, exhale, hands coming down, step it back, high plank, lower down, chaturanga, hug those elbows in. Inhale, heart forward and up, exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, exhale, bring it into the left elbow. Inhale it up, exhale to the nose. Inhale it up, and to the right elbow. Again, this is another movement. It's easy to just kind of go through the motions. So you want to make sure you're really using that core to pull that knee in. One more time through. To the left elbow. To the nose. And to the right elbow. We can hold here. We can kick it out. We can open up, fallen triangle. Keep lifting those hips up. We'll bring that hand back down, pull that knee in, send it up and back, step it in between the hands. Sink those hips nice and low. When you feel stable, sweep your arms up to the sky. Really sinking through those hips. Inhale to reach, exhale, squeezing down and back. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to squeeze. That right leg is reaching to the back of our mat. Three more. Two more. One more. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands coming down. Step it back, high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Up, exhale, back, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here in your downward facing dog. Add some movement if you need to. Reconnect with that breath. And we'll bring our knees down to our mat, taking a drink of water if you need it. We'll take some rest in child's pose. So your knees can stay together, or you can open them up. Sink the hips back, heart and forehead melting down. So reconnect here with your breath in your child's pose while I drink some water. So bringing your forehead or your third eye to your mat, so right between your eyebrows, is going to help to calm your body down from all of that moving, that up, that down that we just did. So really take this time here in your child's pose to reconnect with that breath, to calm everything down before we start moving again. So if at any point throughout our practice you're needing to take a little rest, you can go ahead and find this pose, find your down dog. All right, let's bring ourselves up, set those hands up, build that strong base of support through your hands for your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, root down into the thumb, the forefinger, and send those hips up and back. Adding a little movement, settle yourself back in. Really try to take those bum bones to the sky and press your heart towards your thighs. Inhale, eyes coming forward, step, hop, float to the top. Folding forward, inhale, bring it all the way up, lead with your heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, float the feet back, lower it down, chaturanga. Option to go to a hover and then just roll onto the tops of the feet. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward, step, hop, float to the top. Folding forward, inhale, lead with the heart, sweep it up to the sky. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift, flatten the back. Plant the hands, step, hop, float the feet back, lower down again. Option to hover and then just roll it onto the tops of the feet. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Pivot your back foot so your toes are facing the long edge of your mat. Your feet would make a T intersection if they were to come together. Open it up, warrior two. So check that you've got that T intersection with the feet. Shoulders and hips square to the long edge. Open those arms up. We're not sticking our bum out. So tuck your bum under and start to sink into that right leg. You should be able to see the big toe on the inside of your knee. If you can't, try to open that knee to the side a little bit more. All right, little bit of movement here. Let's drop that front arm to rest on our thigh, eyebrow to bicep. On our exhale, inhale, back up, warrior two. Now exhale, bring the left arm to the back of the left leg, right arm to the sky, maybe even to the back of the room. Revolve warrior. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Continuing to move with your breath. Exhale, extended side angle, nice straight line from left fingers to left toes. Inhale, back up. Exhale, revolved warrior. Keep sinking into those legs. One more time. Let's take those hands down to your mat. Option to step right back to down dog, or you can step to your high plank and flow through your chaturanga, your up dog or your cobra, and then your downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward, step, hop, float to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale. Plant the hands, step, hop, float the feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between. Right toes turn to the long edge of your mat. Open up, warrior two. You got that T intersection. Shoulders, hips, long edge of the mat. Reach those arms up. Sink into that left leg. Right leg is straight. All right, exhale, hand, arm to your thigh. Eyebrow to bicep, extended side angle. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Exhale, revolve warrior, reaching as far down that right leg as you can. Left arm to the back. Back up on your exhale. Making sure that we're not pressing down into our legs. We're just using them as a guide to reach as far as we can. I can't remember how many we've done. So we're going to do one more, finishing it off with a revolved warrior. Open up that rib cage. Hands coming down to our mat. Step back to down dog if you need a break, or high plank, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes forward, step, hop, float. Folding. Sweep those arms up to the sky. Hands down to heart center. Again, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift, flatten the back, lengthen the spine. Plant the hands, step, hop, float, lower down on your exhale. Inhale, up, dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. This time we're going to pivot that left foot a 45 degree to our mat. All right, this time our heels, if there was a line down the center of our mat, our heels would be on it. When you're ready, inhale, bring it up. Warrior one. So our hips now are square to the front edge of our mat. So pull that right thigh back as you press that left hip forward. Pinky edge of our back foot is pressing down into our mat. Arms can be up high or they can be at heart center. Your choice. Really try to sink as low as we can. And we're going to pop up into a balancing pose. So we're going to take all the weight into that right leg. Pop it up, hinge forward, and try to get as parallel as we can with our torso and our back leg. If you need your arms out for balance, that's okay. Watch that we're not rounding down towards the floor. Pull those shoulders back up to the sky. We all have one side that's a little smarter than the other, and that's okay. Let's bring it up. Step those feet down. Give them a little wiggle, a little shake, and we'll get ready for the other side. Mountain pose, nice and tall. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Half lift on your inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, plant those hands, step, hop, float, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky this time. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Pivot that right foot down 45 degrees. Heels are in line. Inhale, sweep it up to warrior one. So now we're pulling that left thigh back, pressing that right hip forward, squaring those hips as best we can to the front edge of our mat. Hands can be high, at heart center, whatever works for you. Really try to sink as deep as you can into this warrior one. Pinky edge of the right foot pressing down into your mat. We're going to take the weight into that left leg. Now I said one side is a little smarter than the other. My first side is smarter than this side. So we'll see how this goes. Let's pop it up, hinge it forward, trying to bring your torso and back leg as parallel to the ground as you can. Use your arms for balance if you need to. Try to keep that hip as square to the floor as you can. Let's slowly bring it up in control. Good job. Give those legs a little wiggle, a little shake. We'll find our mountain pose. All right, inhale, here we go. We're almost done. Sweep, exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale. Plant the hands, step, hop, float the feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. And this time, actually, sorry, back it up just a tad. Straighten those legs as best you can into flank pose. So you can experiment. If you need to bring it a little further forward, you can. If you're more back here, you can. That's okay. If you can't straighten the legs at all, that's all right. We're just intending to straighten those legs. If you need to bring it up here, that's okay as well. So really send those bum bones back behind you. Try to pull the heart forward so we're keeping the spine nice and long. We're going to make things a little tricky here. Take a bit of bend into that right leg so that your hands can come to the ground. Take the weight into that right leg and send that left leg up to the sky as high as you can. Bring your torso to your standing leg. One more breath. Let's step it back as far as we can. Drop the back knee down. Top of the foot flat to your mat. Okay, shoelaces to your mat. Sink those hips forward. Sweep those arms up to the sky. Dragon pose. Big opener through that left hip flexor as we sink those hips forward and down. Knee stays above the ankle on that right leg. Calming that breath down. If you maybe have started to breathe a little faster, let's try to slow it down a bit. Let's take our hands down to our mat. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the knees. Step it back. High plank. Lower down. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Eyes forward. Step. Hop. Float. Forward fold. Lead with the heart. All the way up. Hands down to heart center. Other side. Inhale. Sweep. Exhale. Fold. Half lift. Flatten the back. Planting the hands, step up, float, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it forward, maybe not all the way through, and start to straighten those legs out as your back heel comes to the floor for flank pose. Finding your variation. So if you need to come up here, that's okay. Our feet, our toes are going forward, our heels are going back. Squaring those hips to the front edge of the mat as best we can, keeping that back nice and straight. Let's take some bend into that left leg, enough to plant your hands. And then when you're ready, pop that right leg up to the sky as high as you can. One side will be a little bit easier than the other. It can go a little higher. Try to pull your torso towards that standing leg. All right, let's take that back leg, step it back nice and far, drop the knee, back of the foot, top of the toes flat to the mat. Inhale, sweep those arms up, sinking hips forward and down. I see there's only 3 people watching right now. I think that's our fitness team, so hi guys. All right, let's take those hands down to our mat, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, step it back, high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out here in your downward facing dog. We're gonna start to slow things down. All right, bring your eyes forward, step, hop, walk through to seated. Grab a drink if you need it. I hope that if anyone was doing this with me, they got as good a sweat on as I do. All right, let's take our legs wide. As wide as you can. See if you can sit yourself on the front part of your pelvis. If you can't, if you have a cushion or something to lift your hips up, when we lift our hips up higher than our heels, it just it creates a little more space for us to move in our pose. Hands can come in front. They can stay behind if you're having a hard time and you're sitting really rounded. By bringing your hands behind you and using them to help press your heart forward, that can help. Hands can be in front, behind, to the sides of the legs, whatever works. So we're thinking about pulling the heart forward and not necessarily just bringing the head down. Pull the toes back towards the face. All right, let's walk the hands back in, or if they're behind you, bring them back in front. Help those legs together, bringing the soles of the feet together. Rock it back and forth a couple times. Find a comfortable distance for hips to heels. So you can pull them right in, you can leave them out, whatever feels right. And again, having the hands behind you is an option. Sitting tall, letting the weight of the knees just open to the side. So in our bound angle pose, a lot of times we keep our hip flexors tense and we're lifting and holding the knees up. Let's see if we can just let them go. And if you want to, you can allow that back to round, let your head drop, come into a more passive variation of the pose, and just see how that changes. You can add some swaying if you'd like. Bring it back up. Help the knees together. Give them a bounce, a wiggle, a shake. All right, take your feet to the edges of your mat. All right, and then just start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Let them drop down to one side. So this is called 90-90 pose. So if you were to look at your knees, they should be about 90 degrees. So depending on which way you've dropped, so I've dropped my knees over to my left. So my right sit bone is lifting up off the mat. That's okay. I'm just intending to press it down. Sitting nice and tall. And let's windshield wiper back side to side. Drop them down to the other side. Just check that you've got your 290 degrees rooting down through those sit bones. And we'll bring that back up. Windshield wiper them to help release. And we'll extend our legs out in front. Pull one leg in, cross it over. We want both of our bum bones to stay rooted on the ground. So opposite arm can hug that leg in. Now, if you feel like you want a little bit more, we're going to take that straight leg and tuck it back behind us. If you do that, you want both your bum bones still rooting down onto the floor. So opposite arm hugs that knee in, other arm behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Looking over that back shoulder. Every inhale, sitting a little taller. Every exhale, just deepening that twist a little bit. Bring the eyes back around. Spine follows, little counter twist. And relax that. Legs out in front. Give them a bounce, a wiggle, a shake. And now we'll do other side. So we'll hug opposite leg in. Okay, opposite arm hugs. If you need that extra, you can tuck that bottom leg, but still rooting down into your mat through your bum bones. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. And bring your eyes back around. Little counter twist if you need it. And relax that. Bring those legs out in front of you. And we'll make our way onto our backs. So I'm going to actually turn this way so I can talk to the camera. All right, so once you're on your back, just hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Add some movement if that feels right. We'll come into happy baby pose. So bring the hands to the insides of the knees. You can grab hold of the ankles. You can peace finger hook your big toes. You can grab the pinky edges of your feet, whatever feels right. And then you can extend the legs. Now you can experiment here with straight legs, bent legs. Maybe one leg is straight, one leg is bent, wide or narrow, whatever feels best for you. And relax that down. All right, open your arms up like airplane wings. You also have the option to bend like goalposts, bringing the backs of your hands to the top of your mat. Pick up your hips, move them to the right, and then drop your knees over to the left. If this is safe for your neck to deepen, you can turn and look opposite your knees. So our shoulders are settled into our mat. Legs are nice and heavy. And if you wish, and it's safe for you, turning your eyes away from your knees to deepen that twist. We'll bring our eyes back up. Knees coming back up, and let's shift our hips back to center. You can windshield wiper them a little bit to help release. Then we'll pick the hips up, move them to the left, drop our knees over to the right. Once the legs and shoulder blades have settled, if you wish to deepen, turn and look away from the legs. We'll bring our eyes back to center, legs coming back up. Shift the hips back to neutral. Let's flush out those legs a little bit. And hug the knees back into your chest one last time. Now your final pose of your practice is your Shavasana. So if you wish to enjoy this part, go for it. Just extend our legs and arms out on our mat, taking up as much space as you need. Palms are generally open towards the sky, but you can rest however is comfortable for you. You can close your eyes and just allow your breath to flow naturally in and out of your body. No more controlling the breath. Scan your body from head to toe, allowing everything to soften and melt into your mat. Everything resting, nothing working. Now you can stay here as long as you would like. Thank you very much for joining me today. So take your time when you are ready to come out of your Shavasana. You can stay there, have a little nap. That works. Got my yoga hair going on now. So afterwards, if you do have any questions, go ahead, just drop them in the comment box. Sorry, my kids are squawking in the background. That got me sidetracked. Drop them in the comment box after you're done your Shavasana, and I'll be sure to check them within the next half an hour to an hour just to see if anyone has any comments or anything like this. So thank you all. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out the CAF Connection webpage for your 12 hours of virtual fitness classes every weekday. And tomorrow, Wainwright's got a live class happening at noon. So take care and have a great day.